Boxing Gyms, G-E-M-S, Boxing Gyms. Check it out, study some of them videos there. The guy's phenomenal. His name is Ryan. I'm telling you, all right, you'll pick up a lot of knowledge there.
Fight fam, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. Class in session. I still get a lot of doubts, questions, and concerns regarding the Lomachenko footwork issue vid, so I thought I'd revisit. Let's get into it. A shift is the act of stepping into a different stance. This is a reverse shift. Note the hand controls the shift and break his base safely. Note the athletic stance as he completes the step. Note the balance and distribution of weight as Crawford lands his back foot southpaw, which loads it to throw a power jab. Here, Loma is triangle stepping / reverse shifting. He's at a safe enough distance where hand controls aren't necessary. Note the athletic stance as he completes the step. Note the balance and distribution of weight with each step while he gains spacing between him and Tio. This is not reverse shifting. This is called cross-stepping or cross-walking. As they break their base and take their lead foot all the way behind their back foot, they aren't concluding the step into an actual boxing stance. Note the lack of hand controls that would have provided some insurance. Note the lack of balance in the brief moment the back foot touches the canvas. Note that there is no base as one foot is typically off the ground in the entire maneuver. The cross step or crosswalk is a way that Lomachenko disengages, aka it's his exit route after an exchange, or it's a way he avoids an exchange. Obviously, it's one way to disengage, but I'll just say there are safer maneuvers to disengage. This cross step ensures that you move backwards in a relatively slow straight line where your opponent has ample opportunity to follow you out with punches. The pendulum step is widely used and can be very effective. For example, Bivouac's pendulum step is well refined and purposeful. His weight is virtually always centered aside from the very quick and slight loading of the back foot to spring forward or the front foot to spring backward. This constant centered balance allows either arm to flow freely at any time as he moves in either direction, granting him the ability to variate his attacks. The milliseconds between the slight bounce of his pendulum steps allow him to essentially keep his base. The standard rhythm step differs from the pendulum step. It's typically an unconscious habit that has far less reward than risk. Its mechanics include breaking base completely as you draw your front foot backwards to a gathered position with your back foot. Then you reset the front foot towards your opponent back into your stance. Whether it's more beneficial to be in or out of a proper boxing stance isn't debatable, as a proper boxing stance affords you the balance to move freely. You can't do much while your feet are gathered. Breaking base then moving towards your opponent back into stance and range is obviously risky. On the reset, your base is still broken until you land that front foot towards your opponent. Meanwhile, you have no balance as your back foot supports all of your weight, so head movement off the linear line is virtually impossible. You're vulnerable aside from a type of high guard. Boxing fundamentals are simply best practices through centuries of trial and error. That means proverbial do's and don'ts have changed through time. Just because Lomachenko and others have gotten away with these maneuvers in the past doesn't necessarily mean they're okay. But I'm open-minded and I'd love to keep having this conversation, especially with trainers and fighters out here in the YTBC. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.